So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So guys, I want to talk about what Antonio Margarito said about the Pacquiao-Spence fight. Antonio Margarito has said that he feels that Manny Pacquiao will beat Errol Spence. He says Manny Pacquiao is a legend. Manny Pacquiao is somebody, one of the greatest fighters, and he feels his speed will be a problem for Errol Spence. Now, the reason why I want to bring Antonio Margarito in there, because a lot of people feel that Antonio Margarito has the same characteristics or has the same kind of style to Errol Spence, where he's a bit flat-footed, a bit slow, very strong, come forward fighter. And Manny Pacquiao is going to do the same thing. Well, firstly, I've said this in many videos that Antonio Margarito isn't as skilled as Errol Spence. Antonio Margarito doesn't have the footwork. He doesn't have the boxing IQ, the boxing intelligence. I also think Spence is quicker than Antonio Margarito. So I think there's a lot of things that Spence does a lot better than Margarito. Is he as tough as Margarito? Can he take as much punishment? Well, he has showed thus far, and the Porter fight was a, great fight which showed this, that Errol Spence is very tough. He takes a very good punch. Although all of the guys that I believe he's fought aren't anywhere near as powerful as Manny Pacquiao and don't have the punch power of Manny Pacquiao, I still think that Errol Spence has shown quite a sturdy chin in his career so far. So, as of right now, we can't really question his chin, because his chin, he's fought a lot of good fighters, a lot of world-class fighters, and he's never really shown weakness in his jaw or chin. So, you've got to say that, his chin's fairly sturdy. But I am intrigued, and a lot of people think that Spence is just going to walk through Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people think that Spence is just going to destroy Manny Pacquiao. I am intrigued. Because there's a lot of questions, like I said, that need to be answered here. And a lot of people are questioning me for saying that you're giving Manny Pacquiao a chance in the fight, whereas Spence is just too good for him. He's gonna beat Manny Pacquiao up. But there's something that tells me that this isn't going to be straightforward for Spence. I'm not saying Manny Pacquiao is going to do what he did to Antonio Margarito, because that was almost a decade ago. And let's be honest, it's not the same Manny Pacquiao today that we've got then. It's just, nature taking its course. But I do see Manny Pacquiao being able to use his speed to cause Errol Spence all kinds of trouble. And as I think Timothy Bradley was pointing this out, I think Timothy Bradley said that when Errol Spence tucks up the way he does, a lot of the guys that he's fought throw single shots. Manny Pacquiao doesn't throw single shots. He throws quick combinations. Those punches are going to be getting through. So when Errol Spence tucks up like he normally does in order to block shots, with Manny Pacquiao, those shots are still going to get through, because Manny Pacquiao is going to be throwing quick combinations. Leonard Ellaby is, I think he said something on the lines of, I think Spence said this, I think he'll be looking to retire Manny Pacquiao. That Errol Spence will be looking to damage or retire, do serious damage and retire Manny Pacquiao. It's funny how like Leonard Ellaby, Floyd Mayweather, all saying picking Spence and saying that, Pacquiao's going to put him, Spence is going to put him into retirement and this, that, and the other. And a lot of the Manny Pacquiao fans have come out and said, well, Thurman had the exact same ringtone when before his fight, and we all saw what happened there. Manny Pacquiao is very motivated and determined for this fight. A lot of people think that, it's too late for Manny Pacquiao. He's 42. It's too late in his career, and Errol Spence is going to walk him down and stop him in 5 rounds. I beg to differ. I think this is going to be a tough and rough fight. I just can't see Errol Spence stopping Manny Pacquiao in 5 rounds. I just can't see it. I think Manny Pacquiao's too tough. I think he's very strong, right? Danny Garcia went 12 rounds. Sean Porter went 12 rounds. Kell Brook went near enough the distance. Mikey Garcia went the distance. The only way Errol Spence knocks Manny out in 5 rounds is if Manny Pacquiao's completely shot. He's completely finished, which I don't think he is. Because going off that Thurman performance, he's definitely, from that fight, he definitely wasn't. If the Manny that showed up against Thurman shows up, I'm not saying that Manny's definitely going to win. But I'm saying that Manny Pacquiao gives Errol Spence a lot of trouble. I'm not sure whether, because I do believe that Errol Spence is better than Thurman. A lot of people think that Errol Spence isn't better. They think, he is. Thurman's a lot more vulnerable. Thurman can be hit and hurt, and we've seen that before he even fought Pacquiao in the Lopez fight, Collazo fight, the Porter fight. Now, Thurman had already shown a lot of signs of vulnerability, even in his prime. He showed a lot of signs of vulnerability. So, whereas Spence hasn't. And Spence, although Thurman, for me, may have better, quicker feet, he may have some explosive power. But for me, Spence is also, I think he's got very educated feet. I think he's a lot faster than people think. He's got a better chin. He's a very good pressure fighter. He's got very good body attacks. He switches things up from body to head very, very well. So I just think overall this is a much tougher fight for Manny Pacquiao. I think the relentless pressure of Spence, which I don't think Thurman fights like that. I don't think Thurman's a pressure fighter. I don't think, whereas I think at this stage for Manny Pacquiao to fight a pressure fighter as big, as strong as Errol Spence, I think that's going to be difficult. And I think what's going to be difficult is later on in the fight, if Errol Spence is walking Manny Pacquiao down and putting it on him, using his size and strength and leaning on Manny Pacquiao, how is Manny Pacquiao going to do in the later rounds of that fight? I think that's a lot of question. That's a big question for a lot of people. How is Manny Pacquiao going to do later on in that fight? Later on, when that fight gets deep, how is Manny Pacquiao going to perform? Listen, am I writing Manny Pacquiao off? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. People are giving Manny Pacquiao no shot in this fight, no chance. I believe he can win. I believe he can win and pull off a shock upset. I feel that I feel like he has the style that could be all wrong for Errol Spence. This is going to tell me how good Errol Spence is, because I think some of the guys that he fought, like Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, I think they were made for him. The Porter fight was very close. People are saying, the blueprint's there. Manny Pacquiao's got the Porter blueprint. Manny don't fight like that. Manny's not going to walk Errol Spence down and look to have a war with him. Manny Pacquiao doesn't fight like, what's his name? Porter. Manny Pacquiao's not a pressure fighter. He's a fast combination puncher. He uses angle, uses movement, uses speed, right? Hits you with combinations, right? But I just see that kind of style being a problem for Spence, right? Spence has got a very good jab, and he is very long. I just think if Manny Pacquiao can get close and let those combination punches go, how is Errol Spence going to take those punches, right? Because Manny Pacquiao is very, very fast, and he's got power. It's not just the speed. See, when you have someone like Amir Khan, he was just all speed, right? And he used to be able to hurt guys, because speed kills, as they say. Speed can stun you because they can catch you with shots that you don't see. So that they say that the shots that you don't see hurt a lot. And Khan was able to catch a lot of guys with shots that they couldn't see. Pacquiao's the same, but the difference is Pacquiao has power behind those shots. Pacquiao's not just quick. He has power, genuine power, kind of power that can knock you out. We saw with Hatton, he flattened him. Even if he's not knocking you out, he's putting a serious hurting on you. And that, as Algieri said, power's the last thing to leave. Power's the last thing to leave in a fighter. So Manny Pacquiao's not going to lose his power. So I think this is a very, very intriguing fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to this one. I definitely think that Manny Pacquiao has a great chance of pulling this off. I agree with Margarito. I think he can pull this off. Listen, you have to favor Spence, but by no means is Pacquiao got no shot in this fight. I think people that are overlooking Pacquiao are going to be shocked. Even if Pacquiao doesn't win, I think they're going to be shocked by how he performs in that fight. And like I said, I've said this before, Manny Pacquiao's got a free swing here. He's got a free swing. If he loses, he was old. He's had a great career. If he wins, he puts himself in GOAT status. So that's just where Manny Pacquiao's at right now. Manny Pacquiao has got a free swing at Errol Spence, So that's my take on that. Now, I wanted to make a second part to this video. Teofimo Lopez, him and George Kambosos are going at each other. George Kambosos called Teofimo Lopez a quitter. They're both going back and forth. George Kambosos is very confident that he's going to pull off the win against Teofimo Lopez. I'm very excited about this fight. I'm very, very excited about this fight. I think it's a great fight. I honestly think it's a great fight. I genuinely think it's a really, really good fight. And I think this fight's been overlooked because of the YouTube stuff and, you know, some of the other big fights that we've had. I don't think this fight's getting the attention it deserves. And I actually think it's a very, very good fight between two very, very good fighters. I think Teofimo Lopez has already proven himself as a world-class pound-for-pound fighter. George Kambosos is very motivated. He's coming to fight. He's coming to fight. He's been sparring with Manny Pacquiao. He's very fast. And I actually think if this fight goes the distance, I think George Kambosos might shock a lot of people. It may be a lot closer than what people think. I don't think he's going to go the distance. I think Teofimo Lopez has a very explosive power. And I think Teofimo Lopez stops George Kambosos. But by no means do I think that, I think that this is a foregone conclusion. I think Lopez has very good power, very explosive power, but George Kambosos I think is quicker. I think is faster. And that for me is going to be a problem for Teofimo Lopez. It's just that I don't know whether Kambosos, and I've argued with people about this, that I don't know whether Kambosos has the power to keep Lopez off. Has Kambosos got the power to hurt Teofimo Lopez? And I think that's the question mark for me. If he's able to hurt Teofimo Lopez, then we've got a serious fight. If he's not able to hurt Lopez, then I think he's going to have a problem, because Lopez is very, very big at the weight, very strong, and like I said, he's got that power that can take you out. He's got the power to take you out, and I think that's going to be the issue. I think that's going to be the issue for Kambosos. Has he got the power to hurt and stop Teofimo Lopez? I think that's going to be the question here. That's going to be the question. Is Teofimo Lopez going to stop George Kambosos, or is George Kambosos' speed going to be a problem? I think this is a great fight. Great fight. And it's not getting the attention, and it's sad when you've got a fight like this. That's a great fight, by the way. It's a great fight, no doubt about it. It's unbelievable fight in the lightweight division, and it's not really getting the attention, probably because of the fact that Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, and a lot of people think that he's going to walk away with it. I don't see it that way. I think actually Lopez has got a very good chance in this fight. Lopez has got a very good chance to pull it off. Lopez is a very, very dangerous fighter. Kambosos' speed is going to be a problem. The speed of Kambosos Jr. is a massive problem. The speed, and he's also got good movement. And I was surprised against Selby, because I actually thought Selby would beat him, and he really surprised me in that fight. He outworked Selby, and he performed brilliantly in that fight. Now, Selby doesn't have the power of a Lopez, and that's the X factor that Lopez has. Lopez doesn't just have good movement, good boxing ability. He has that explosive power, and I compare his explosive power to like Wilder or Stevenson. I feel he has that one-punch knockout power, that one-punch quitter where he can hit you with a shot and just wipe you out. I'm not sure Kambosos doesn't have that, in my opinion, and I think that's what's going to be the difference in the fight, and that's why I'm picking Lopez by knockout. But by no means, if Kambosos can avoid getting hit with that big one and go the distance with Teofimo, I feel he has a good chance in this fight of pulling off a points victory, because I think his speed, he could outwork and outbox Lopez. He could. But again, I just think that power of Lopez may be the telling factor in the fight. And that, I think, is what's going to be the difference. And that's what I believe is going to get Teofimo the victory and get Teofimo over the line. But by no means am I writing off Kambosos. I think it's a bit like Pacquiao Spence again. Teofimo goes into the fight as a firm favorite, but Kambosos is a live underdog in this fight, live underdog. I think a lot of people maybe not seen much of Kambosos Jr. That's why they're writing him off. But by no means is this a gimme fight. By no means is this an easy fight. And if Teofimo Lopez isn't bang up for this and overlooks someone like Kambosos Jr., he might see himself get turned over. I believe Teofimo's very motivated, very hungry, very determined, and he wants to clean up the lightweight division and then probably go up to... I don't know whether he actually does want to clean up the lightweight division. I don't know how long he can make the lightweight limit for. I think he wants to go up and fight Taylor for the undisputed, which I think would be an absolute great fight and a humongous fight. But that's the ambition. But Teofimo knows he can't do that if he doesn't get past Kambosos Jr. So it's a great fight. It's a great fight, and hopefully we're gonna get an absolute war between two young, hungry, determined, and great fighters. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Who do you think wins this fight between Lopez and Kambosos? What do you think happens between Pacquiao and Spence? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.